This week, we cover the conclusion to Prismal's disciplinary hearings, the ongoing SCP-8000 contest, the SCP Tabletop RPG, 2 new SCP animated series, and a new VR game. Since our last episode, a city accounts receivable manager in Tucson, Arizona divided by 0. The results were utterly fascinating. Shame you missed it. Now you'll never get to know what happened.
Damn, feeling lucky. How about most streets? Us two in these streets. Diamonds on my feet. Caught up in these talks. Circling my head top. Should've been more cautious. Now I got what I wanted. Many I've been here before. Made it out of 11 more. Like my frontal cortex sore. I can't stop, I want it all. Listen up, I'm calling you. I need you to tell the truth. Remember when you wanted to. Remember that I said what you.
I'm Kelsey.
I'm Cassie.
And I'm Noli, the K is silent, and this is SCP Weekly.
What have we been up to over the last 2 weeks?
I quit my job.
Oh, wow.
No way. Say it
Oh
ain't
my
so.
god.
Yeah.
This is like the first time this year, though, right?
First one, yeah.
Oh.
This year, as opposed to last year when you and I were quitting jobs left and fucking right.
Oh, I'm gonna try to break that record this year.
Woo! Hooray for
Gonna
not
get-
taking shit at work.
Yeah, gonna need a lot of W-2 forms for next year's taxes.
Bro, I have 5 for last year.
I got
5.
4 from this year, I think.
I would prefer not to speak of the trauma that tax season brought me this year. It's over.
You've mentioned it. I know. It's gonna be a thing.
For you, I still gotta send in my taxes.
You poor thing. Yeah, there's shit happening with mine that I don't need to bother anybody with. But I just got back from New Jersey for my second trip. I'm at this point going just to eat real food. That's pretty great. People who understand you don't put fucking provolone on a pizza as the only cheese. Provolone is an additive flavor, you fucks.
Tell us what you really think, Cassie.
St.
And if
Louis
there's provolone
fucking
on it,
pizza.
there better be some whole basil.
St. Louis has this thing called Provel. It's provolone and something. It tastes like provolone. And provolone tastes like fucking feet. It tastes like when you eat it, you're like, wow, this is what I imagine feet to taste like. It's awful. The food in St. Louis is very sorry. It has to be it can't be food like Chinese food. Italian food is very specific here. They have their own like every time they call it Little Italy, it makes my brain freeze because I'm from Little Italy in New York. And I'm like, what are you people up to? But their Italian food is good, but anything else, like there's a Thai place. And if you're like, oh, I want it really spicy, they know you're a white people. And when most white people want spicy, it's not that spicy or they die. So you can't get it like actually spicy without telling, like, please.
So,
please, really, can I have flavor, please?
I went to a Thai place in Seattle, and it was just a little hole in the wall mom and pop joint. And I ordered what I ordered, and I said I wanted it Thai spicy. And the little old lady brought it out to the table, and I took a bite, and she was like, "Is that good?" And I was like, "I don't want to be rude, but I asked for this to be Thai spicy." And she was like, "You want more?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want a lot more." And so she smiled, and she walks back into the kitchen, and she's gone for a little bit, and she comes back out with this tray with a handle on top of it. And she sits it down in front of me, and it's got like 8 different types of spices in it. And some of them are powders, some of them are pastes, some of them are liquids. And she starts explaining to me what each of these things are. And my God, I got to experience the heat that night and the next morning And I went back to that place.
Yep.
Every day I was in Seattle, I had dinner in that place, and that little old lady loved me because I was like, give me the heat. And she brought out this one, and she was like, this is very, very, very hot. And I tried it like right out of the thing, and I was like, I have this in my refrigerator at home. I know what this is. It was like, this is good. I like it. She was like, you like it? Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
I know this thing, and it's the I was feeling it the next day, but you know what? I'm getting more. I'm getting more as soon as possible.
I'll eat spicy until my hair is wet.
There is Indian food that I like that way. Like I think like Thai for me is okay, it's good, but there's Indian food where I'm like this fucking it kills me. I'll die, and then I'll die happy.
Yeah. You can feel it go through you every inch of the way. Every inch of the way, like,
Yep.
It's food where you don't care that it turns your asshole into a portal of hell. You're going to get more.
Yep. I have a bidet. I'm good.
I've tried one for the first time this week. I don't think I can ever live without one again.
Right?
I have to install one in this house immediately. I have to tell everyone I know. That was something else. I was gonna what do I talk about? What have I been up to these last 2 weeks? I ate all the pizza I could find. I had a real fucking bagel with real fucking cream cheese on it. If you can't tell, I have a problem with food in this state. And I tried a bidet for the first time, and it was fucking great.
It's something. It's like there's a little bit of pride when you know, like, nobody has bidets around here. This is the U.S. and people think they're stupid. So you know what that means? That means I got the cleanest booty hole on the block.
Like I've had friends using them. And they're like, "No, you have to try this." And I mean, thinking about it, not something I'm used to. Just imagine cartoonish spray hose water at my ass makes me feel a little weird. Like, no, I'm okay. But I went, it's here. I'm going to push this button.
When in Rome.
It was great. No, it was fine. Now I want one for here. And I'm like, that's it. That's it. I need one in my life.
A decent bidet will run you, what, $25-$30 on Amazon, and they install in like 5 minutes. Yeah. They're amazing.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just a attach, put down, a reattached toilet seat on the one I was using. I watched them put it.
Take the seat off. Put the seat on.
Done. No, it was pretty great.
Need to get one.
Definitely. 1010 will use again and recommend.
Definitely because I'm too lazy to wipe.
No, why?
No,
that's
got
not
nothing
why.
to do with that. Or it's got nothing to do with how lazy I am about my butt or sex in any fashion. It's just good.
Yeah.
Do not use that as a clip. Shit, I just said that out loud.
Editor.
Okay.
We're going to make that into a short.
I hate my life. Got it. Okay. I realized as I was ending the sentence, I had made a mistake.
So, one of the things that I wanted to talk about was Confinement Comics. There is, as of this minute, 3 hours left for the issue 2 Kickstarter. It's almost over. Yeah, it's like where it's at on the Kickstarter. I'm very, very, very happy because I put my business hat on. We've increased revenue by 25% over the first issue.
Nice.
And we've increased just by kind of tweaking some of the variable overhead costs and some of the fixed overhead costs and doing things a little bit different. We increased revenue by 25%, profit by 250%. So the first one was a success. The second one, like, we learned some lessons and we're doing even better. And then the other thing that I don't want to say very much about at all, but we may be working on something original that's never been seen before.
SCP related
comics.
or
yes, on the
confinement specific.
Yep.
Ooh. Never been seen before. So it's not about Peanut.
Nope. So I'm very excited about. I can't say much because like the ink isn't on the paper yet, but it's happening. And once the ink gets on the paper and dries a little bit, then I can talk a little more about it. But I'm fucking stoked about this.
Have you heard back about your
My audition?
Yeah.
No, and I'm not putting a lot of expectation in that because that sphere is how do I put it? Notorious for man hating. So like
I know what you mean.
I am like not just a cis white male, but I'm like the most pegged out on the masculine end of the masculine feminine spectrum that there is, and I'm not ashamed of that. Like that's just who I am. But not a very popular voice in those spaces. So
no, and
we'll
I
see.
mean that's not even new. I grew up with that stuff like in the 90s. But it's also just not a thing that men had anything to do with or thought it was dumb or stupid or gay or whatever. So we're suffering the consequences of living with that type of shit. But hopefully it'll find its way out eventually. I can't imagine it won't, especially as we consistently, with other things, get more manly men. We're manly men. We're men in tights. Involved in more shit like that. Like
in a positive masculine way, because I'll go on a tangent here, like not just in those spheres, but I think in society in general, like the masculine has been very demonized in the last probably decade, like more and more. And there is a positive masculine, and what I'm afraid of is to swing too far, because toxic masculinity is a thing. Toxic masculinity has run rampant. The patriarchy, all of those things are real. I'm not denying their existence. But what you run the risk of if you just shut down and say all masculinity is bad is the other side of that pendulum. Yeah. And we might just get to find out what toxic femininity looks like.
I mean, we've already done known what toxic femininity is. Like that's also old school. Like there's always been that spectrum, but like over the last 10 years with specifically toxic masculinity, a lot of it is I'm not standing for it anymore. Yeah. A lot of it isn't just it's the general people going, no, that's disgusting and it hurts people. We need non-toxic masculinity to really, it's the same thing with not all men. I'm not sorry to say it. Because there are not enough men who do differently, who speak out when they see something, who take over those spaces as the actual men that we should be looking forward to and being friends with and protected by anybody needing help from somebody. Not all men is going to be true until there are more men who step up to be those different people. And toxic masculinity goes along with it really well because there is healthy, beautiful masculinity. Yep. But we're overrun by disgusting people. People ruin everything for everyone.
And people who they're not discerning enough to tell the difference maybe between positive masculinity and toxic masculinity, and that could be a result of their own trauma. And I get that, and I sympathize with that. Like if you can't see through your own trauma enough to tell the difference between positive masculinity and toxic masculinity, number one, I understand that, but number two, you shouldn't be the one controlling the space.
No, and it's not unfair both ways, and it's not fair for both like there's so many little fucking things too. We have to crawl through so much shit to find the bidet on the other side. It's just we're not on our way like any fucking day now over a lot of this stuff. No. But we're good. We're not good, but we're working on the good, and it becomes more apparent the more guys who act, for instance, as the subject, men realizing I have to be the different one. I have to do better, specifically me, and not just tell people they have to do better. I have to show better myself as an example. And with everything else like that, men, women, children, anything, I have to do better because I believe this is better. I don't want to hurt anybody, all those things. What we're doing, it's just going to be really slow going. But I'm glad we had to deal with this shit to get out of it in the first place.
Yeah.
So hopefully the shit is not forever, and I doubt it will be.
Yep, and to not confuse like the masculine and the feminine energy with the male and the female, because that's something that we're going through as a society right now, is we're looking past the male and the female, and it's really hard to tell because we're not used to it right now. But there's a lot of female presenting, born as women, who are in a positive masculine energy.
Yeah.
Don't confuse that with feminine energy just because they were born as a woman. And there's men who are born as men who are in a positive feminine energy. Don't confuse that with positive masculinity just because he has a penis.
I actually deal with this specifically at work almost every day. We have earrings, right? We have jewelry. So say our earrings specifically. Where are the men's earrings? The same speech I give to everybody is, so here are all of these. If you are a man and you wear these earrings, they are now men's earrings. If you are a woman and wear these earrings, they are now women's earrings. If you're a man and want to wear hearts because that's your style, that's now you're a man, it's men's earrings, and that's your style. Jewelry is a style. Jewelry is how you can express yourself. So if you're a man wearing every color of the fucking rainbow, but you're cis and straight, but you're like, this is fucking me, this is my personality, this is what my brain looks like on the outside, same thing.
Yeah, so the question is not where's the men's earrings, the question is where's my earrings?
Yeah. Ooh, I like that.
Where's my earrings?
I gotta use that.
All right, so we've probably said like 18 different things to get canceled over.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nolan. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. No, Nolan's being quiet because he likes it when we try to get canceled. So he's just letting us go.
I mean, yeah, that is a fact, but like, no, I was gonna say a little bit from my perspective too. It's like, because for those unaware, I am agender, though a more accurate term would be I don't give a fuck when it comes to gender, which, you know, is something that I think a lot more people should have the freedom to, you know, express as, of basically being like, when it comes to like the gender spectrum, it's just like, I honestly don't care what I'm called or referred to as. It's why, you know, if you go on my profiles, a lot of them is just, you know, you can call me he if you want because I am masculine presenting. I am.
Just don't call me late for dinner.
Yeah, just don't call me late for dinner. Yeah. Yeah, you can call me a guy, a girl, your non-binary boy toy. I don't give a fuck. Just like,
hey you fuck. Yes. How can I help you today? That's also gender neutral as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like essentially if one of my friends is basically saying like, hey Noah, I'm like, okay, they're probably talking about me. I go in the room. Hey, what's up? Oh, sorry, I meant Nolan. Yeah, I know what you meant. What's up?
Yeah, like I get called Casey by some people all the time, and it takes.
It has been months since that happened.
I know.
Okay?
I'm so proud of you. Last bullshit. Do you know who Finster is?
Yes, I heard the news about them.
We're so excited. I was watching it when I knew something was being announced. It was Friday. I knew they were going to announce something. So when I got the Twitch notification, I jumped in, and in front of 10,000 people, he will take everything under the sun because, again, does not give a flying fuck about gender. But it was a great fucking conversation with somebody that young who has been that much in the eyes of, I mean, honestly, the trans community has been all over Finn for good or bad for so long that it was nice to see them be comfortable to talk about it. And not only comfortable, but as he was talking about it, got more and more excited and happy that we could finally share this news in a way that I've been wanting to talk about this it was fucking precious. But yeah, again, a fucking win for agender, a fucking win for gender is shit. If you don't want it, that's fine. It was lovely.
Oh, the part when it's like Finn was coming out to their dad and he was just like, I never wanted a son
I didn't want a son anyway. Fucking destroyed us.
Which honestly is exactly me if I have a kid and they come out as a trans woman.
Yep.
I'm just like, I never wanted a son anyway.
Yeah. I don't even
hon, I love you. I've loved you ever since the moment you shot out of your mom's vagina, but I'll be honest, the moment I was told I had a son, that was the worst fucking day of my life. You just made me happy.
I don't identify as anything. Good, I don't even like people. Congratulations.
Well, now that we've tried to cancel ourselves 15 times over, you want to talk about closing the book on Prismal?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we can kind of close the chapter on this one. On the topic of the site's disciplinary proceedings, the disciplinary team has come to a final decision regarding the user Prismal's punishment, or lack thereof, both for plagiarism and her allegedly inappropriate actions during the disciplinary team's investigation into said plagiarism. Site staff voted against issuing a censure, but the disciplinary team voted 6-0, with 3 recusals, to remove Prismal, with no restriction on her future ability to apply for disciplinary team membership. In the aftermath of the events surrounding Prismal, SCP staff have open discussions regarding how the censure discussion is not solely in response to the drama surrounding Prismal. Said drama certainly brought the staff's attention to the censure process and its potential flaws. No trouble at all. Okay.
Sure. No, she got removed from the disciplinary team.
Oh.
Implications.
Yeah.
Whatever.
1 second.
No.
Wham.
Why are we like this?
Because we're autistic.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Are we maybe seeing the beginning of an artist equality movement on the wiki? Following closely on the heels of staff discussion around the difference with which site policy addresses commissions for artists and those of authors. In an effort to remedy a perceived lack of discoverability for the work of the SCP Wiki's artists, site staff members Suzette, Love Marginal, and Estrella Yashti, I apologize if I butchered any of your names, have teamed up to create an artist discovery page. Per the text of the page's head, this page serves as a directory of artist pages showcasing the work of artists who have contributed to the SCP Wiki. It acts as a way for readers to easily find more work by a given artist, as portfolios showcasing each artist's work can be found at a glance. Artist listings on the page will include a bit of information on the styles of art they worked with. The Wiki's artists are already able to make artist pages showcasing their work, but there is currently no central directory listing those pages, despite the fact that there had been a directory of author pages for several years.
Ooh, an artist hub.
Yeah.
That would be that. Why don't we have that? That's great.
We do now.
Yeah,
thanks to Estrella Yashti and Love Marginal, Margie, and Suzette. Margie. I've actually done some Love Marginal. Margie actually, I think, I commissioned her to do my first or second PFP for Twitter ever.
Ooh.
So hell of an artist there.
Nice.
I'm glad they're doing that.
Very nice. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we could talk about art and SCP, but that's not the thing that comes to mind. The biggest thing in SCP right now is 8KCon. Since our last episode, the voting period for 8KCon has proceeded. The same 10 articles have been in the top 10 for several days now, but J Dunes, Feeding the Trolls, and Plague PJP's The Seal of Approval have been in a close fight for the number 1 slot. They've traded first place with each other several times, and there's no sign that they'll stop anytime soon. Which of them ultimately wins the contest may come down to which one happens to be on top when the voting ends. Typically, that's the way contests work. Rather than which one is ultimately better received when things settle down. Meanwhile, DJ Cactus has been rocketing up the leaderboard, and while he still has quite a few votes to accumulate before he can challenge the top two, the rate at which he's been gaining them currently leaves him on track to do so. How do you guys feel about the 8K con and how it's going versus the last one we had?
So on my own, outside of this, like you've seen me every day, I'm like, they're up by 3 points. I have been really actively like watching these leaderboards because you know how I feel about Cactus's writing. Don't want Cactus to win. I want the seal to win. I love the trolls. The trolls are amazing. It's great. I want the seal of approval to win. I think it is deserved, and it is written with such heart. It makes it stand out more than anything else I've read for this contest, and for all other contests too. Like, hey, there's a great story, and this is the best story, and it should win. And then there's reading what they wrote about while they were writing, what they were going through, and it really fucking changes it. Like, to know that little inside I don't want Cactus to win. I'm really worried about it.
Yeah, well, personally, I enjoy Cactus's writing, and I do enjoy his entry as well. Like, I think it's, well-deserved for how high, it's been gaining on the rankings. I still agree with Cassie that, personally, if there's any in the top 3 that deserve the 8,000 spots, it's seal of approval. And again, nothing against Jay Dune. Feeding the Trolls is a great story. I thought it was kind of fucking hilarious.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it's also well deserved. It's also well deserved, and it's upvotes. So yeah, nothing knocking on Dune, but Plague's entry just feels like the appropriate winner for this contest.
Yep.
And it really tends to fit the idea for fantasy for me of being, set, of course, in a world that's, all fantasy and make-believe, but also having so much heart that you can't help but relate to it in the real world as well.
Well said.
Yeah.
Cassie, have you got a chance to read any other articles? I know we talked about it last week and you didn't. You had so much stuff going on and you were traveling this week. Did you get a chance or?
I tried to open With Love from ADA on my phone and it will fucking not do it. My tablet also will not deal with whatever the heck is happening here, so I haven't been able to get through that one.
It's a game.
But I noticed I'm like, I gotta push these. When I finally got my phone to go further than my tablet, I'm like, I can push these buttons. This is a touch button thing, and I wouldn't go any further than that. But I had made sure to read Seal and the Trolls, and I am desperately in love with both of them. They're great in different ways, but
I think if Jay Dune wins with Trolls, I think he's obligated to tell us what that thing is.
Yeah.
What the food is?
Yes, what the food is. Did you read the Chinese branch's theory?
No, I've got my theory. What is it?
Shit.
Nice.
The Chinese branch's theory is that the priest was feeding them shit. Specifically prepared fruits and vegetables, but it didn't say how they were prepared.
There is a comment that absolutely threw me away, because then there's a link of what they think it is, and when you click on the link, it's a fucking baby. It's a baby nestled, wrapped up, and it's like in a swaddle.
Yeah, the baby burrito.
Yeah, he thinks they want baby burritos. And I now think they want baby burritos. My friend thinks when they asked for the priest and they were like, priest is dead, they wanted the priest's body to possibly eat. He thinks they want flesh. He thinks they're being fed people and not just babies. I think I agree with the other person that it's a swaddled baby, like in a basket.
How does that reconcile with specifically prepared fruits and vegetables?
I don't know. I haven't figured that whole thing out yet. Maybe that, I mean, he's a priest. Are you going to tell your son to give them babies? Or, they're okay with fruits and vegetables. Good luck. Maybe, you know, if you figure it out, that's your problem. You're going to tell I've been feeding them children. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So ultimately, our thoughts, Plague deserves to win 8,000. Dune and Cactus, still solid, except for, you know, Cassie's regarding Cactus, which, Cactus, if you're watching this, you know, no hard feelings.
I still love you, Sam.
Yeah.
Fucking Kelsey showed me that was a reply into something I had said. I'm like, what are you talking about? But then I went on to, like, I forget I was looking at it, and I'm like, he's been relinking our everyday updates for days. Senpai has fucking noticed us, and it makes me fear for my life. Because if you think I'm going to be able to sit through an interview with him, you're right. Because I'm going to be crying openly on mute the whole time. But I'm scared.
Well, Cactus, if you're watching, you want to come on?
Oh,
yeah, Cactus,
please?
You want to make Cassie cry?
No!
Tell us in the comments below. Do you want Cactus to come on as a future guest? Do you want to see Cactus make Cassie cry?
Oh, God, no.
That would be brilliant.
Oh, Jesus. Like, I almost cried with Fantem. I was so fucking in love and awe. There were moments where I was like emotional. I would die.
You want to? So
I'll fall apart.
That wasn't for me because I didn't know. I had never read Pitch Haven. I just was friends with Fantem. Like, Fantem was Fantem. Like, that was just somebody that I was friends with. Somebody who asked me, like, hey, would you like to read this? I wrote it, and would you like to crit it for me? And like, yeah, sure, I'll read it for you. And it was some Primrose stuff. And I knew Fantem was really, really good, but I didn't know Fantem was fucking legendary as she was. I had no fucking clue.
No, that's what was Fantem our second interview?
I think so, yeah.
I think so.
Absolutely rocked my boat. I'm like, This is our second fucking show. Who let this person in? We're idiots. We don't know what we're doing. Who did this?
Yeah.
And apparently it's just, this person's great. Let them in.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she's Kelsey's friend and my internet wife, you know?
Yeah. And it's turned out that way with every single person we've had on the show. Every single person.
It's been fucking great.
Well, what's going on with news, skips, and tales these last 2 weeks?
Apparently not much. There are 23 new SCP articles with none over 50 and 14 new tales, and I'm assuming everybody is too busy reading the 120 odd something other articles that most of us can't seem to get through in a decent amount of time, which is fair.
Yeah. All of the upvotes have gone toward 8K Con.
Yeah, those brain space. Right now. All the brain space people have for reading, especially new stuff. I understand every time we have something, everybody gets overloaded. They've been watching the contest. They've been talking about the contest. They've been reading for the contest. I don't want to read any new shit right now, and I gotta read most of the contest ones because I want to, not for any other reason. But I certainly am gonna, any moment I'm gonna read something, is sadly not gonna be something that was written in the last week, unless, the 8K stuff. That's, I don't have, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to shout out like a little trilogy of tales that I had read in the past 2 weeks. But I thought it was really interesting. It's like a little trilogy of tales that I just call At Creation's End because that's the name of the first article, and there's no really name for the storyline as a whole. But it's essentially like a 3-part creation myth that centers around the Scarlet King.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's it called?
The first part of it is called At Creation's End, and it's by the author Freezer Monkey.
Okay.
Well, now we honor one of the things that makes the SCP Wiki great. The procedures in place that remove works that don't meet community standards. Without these rules, there would be an overwhelming amount of bad articles to sift through to find anything good. Thus, we read and present these awfully written articles as if they belong to the main list and pay our respects to the ones that must die in the dark so that others must live in the light. These are
Tales from the Deep Well.
Item number SCP. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP must be contained in a space where they can fly freely, something that makes the SCP feel less claustrophobic. There should also be a supply of books to read that is changed every few weeks for variety, art tools for writing manga, and also a fridge because it apparently likes chocolate ice cream. They should also get 3 meals a day for their daily energy because ice cream won't support all their needs. Description: an intergalactic griffin descended from an unknown planet of origin seems to display and possess human intellect, showing a particular interest in writing manga. It can accumulate data and knowledge through the process of physical contact of any form. Their age is currently unknown, but according to the SCP, they said they are around 14,010 years of age, but look like 14-year-old.
And now, let's take a break. We'll be back with off-site news and Dr. Maxwell.
Dr. Gray, what are you doing here?
Intern, I thought no one came to this closet. So this is where I go to read my real crazy fan fiction. And what's that you're reading?
It's, well, you're not dangerous, so I guess I can tell you. This is Confinement. It's a comic series. It's about a guy named Connor who respawns when he dies.
Really? That just sounds like a whole lot of bung to me.
It's absolutely not. It's actually really good, but I've been keeping it a secret for now. I don't want Dr. Bucket to get any ideas on dangerous tests he can make me do. Connor can afford to die, but not me.
Wow, that sounds excitingly veil-breaking. Do you know where I can get one?
Thanks for asking, Monica. All you need to do is look up SCP Confinement Kickstarter, and the pre-order page should be the first result. And even if you can't get in on the pre-orders, the comic will be for sale on the unredacted Etsy store after the Kickstarter ends.
Awesome! I'm already so excited to get mine. Ooh, maybe I can show them to Grim.
Thanks to our sponsor, Dado See Good Pill. Now, Dado, knowing what you probably think, Dado, this pill good for migraine, but also make customer think little people crawl out of skin. Unfortunately, yes, this is true. You see, Dado was forced to outsource work to Robert Mitchell, Inc. due to time constraint. Also, Robert Mitchell is now telling me that he does not know what migraine is, so he just guesses. Dado now recognizes this is unfortunate. However, Dado also does not know what a migraine is, so Dado is believing that Robert Mitchell has done excellent work. Thank you.
Sorry.
Well, at least he's being honest.
Yeah, you gotta. It's just not lying to your customer base is very important.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, jeez.
All right, let's go to that offsite shit.
We've got a few new projects that came across the desk this week in the world of SCP YouTube. The channel, Paper Doll Wizard, has a new series that they started at the beginning of the year. Rookies is an animated series that focuses on a group of clone recruits utilized from SCP-2000, working as very expendable assets to the Foundation. They fail to secure, nothing gets contained, and we are not protected. The show's creator uses a puppetry animation style that is very unique to what we've seen from creators in the offsite community, which I personally think adds to its overall charm. It's thanks to this, as well as all the clones being voiced by said wizard, that the show is able to get episodes out in a relatively short period of time, roughly every 2 weeks or so. As of recording, the series has 5 episodes out, each of them between roughly 2 to 4 minutes long, and has only roughly 60 subscribers. If you're looking for some quick laughs, then please go check them out and subscribe for more. Another SCP animated series is on its way as well. Son of a Breach, or as the creators call it, Shit's Fucked, Put It in a Box, the series. Following the staff of Site 06T-9, a temporary containment and testing facility that was instated after a number of devastating attacks by different GOIs left several other sites in ruins. Between displaced SCPs and other anomalous shenanigans, they try their best to keep the place running smoothly as they can, which, as you might guess, is not very. After making its debut as a joke in a Reddit thread, Son of a Breach has grown into a community-driven animation project that's being supported by an enthusiastic team of SCP fans and creators who are serving as the series' writers, animators, voice talent, and other contributors. The teaser trailer for the series was released on February 29th, and as of recording, has little more than 200 views, with the channel nearly at 100 subscribers. They have a Discord and a subreddit for people to join and follow via their YouTube channel. Please check them out, and once again, subscribe.
I'm glad that I got this one because I love that we're making SCP tabletop role-playing games. The SCP Tabletop RPG has continued development and is close to being released. The game, whose core rulebook would be entirely free, introduces several mechanical improvements to simplify character creation and gameplay while retaining the same core mechanics. The system includes rules allowing players to play as reality benders and mages, and systems aimed at balancing parties whose members start out at a very different level of power by altering the speeds at which they advance. The book also contains extensive advice on how to run a campaign in the SCP universe. The book is primarily geared towards a campaign where the players take on the role of SCP agents, but also contains advice on adapting play for several different groups of interest. The book's final release date hasn't been set in stone, but it is very likely it will be available sometime this year.
When that comes out, let's play.
Oh, no, we have
Yes.
to. I think we're kind of financially obligated.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just going to be a special episode for the show.
Yeah.
For Patreon.
So
you
I've
can
never
tell people
played-
if they're Patreons, they can play with us.
I've never played a tabletop RPG before, ever.
You
Ever?
never played like
Ever.
D&D or
God.
anything?
Never. I want to.
Oh,
And so I'll wait for this to come out, and I'll pop my cherry on SCP.
We gotta find somebody. We have to find somebody to run it for us. Somebody who wants to.
I have a feeling Maxwell might know somebody.
Yes.
yeah. And if not him, I would recommend Dr. Sumerian, but he is running 2 separate campaigns.
Yeah, I
at
bet
the
he's
moment,
busy as
so-
shit with that.
Who's got this?
Speaking of the things that we're able to do with RPGs and with technology, here's a little company to keep your eyes on. GIB Games, a VR game development studio, has released a trailer for SCP Info Hazard, which they describe as an immersive action-adventure game coming to PC and console. The game's Kickstarter has not yet launched, but the trailer and demo are available. The demo consists of a few short gameplay segments where you play from a first-person perspective as a D-class exploring a mostly abandoned Foundation facility while being stalked by an unknown anomaly. The Kickstarter is due to launch in fall of this year. I checked out their website to see their portfolio, and it looks promising. They've got 2 other games under their belt. One is called The Castillo, It's a VR puzzle game with an early access launch in July. And Cassie, this might get your attention. Vampire Dark Skylines is a Vampire the Masquerade virtual reality RPG that uses live action rules and is played entirely in VR chat.
Oh, fuck. We're in the age of VTM and VR. This is what I have spent my life waiting for. Shit. Fuck. You're never gonna see me again.
We're gonna have to hire a new co-host.
No, I'll do this, but I'll have the thing on the whole time. Like, no, I'm here. I swear.
Cassie's gonna be a Dark Skyline streamer.
Oh,
just Cassie
God.
wearing an Apple Vision Pro that they stole.
Now let's talk about our show real quick, because we don't ever really do that until the end, but let's talk about SCP Weekly. If you love the SCP community, the SCP Wiki, the Foundation, all the skips, all the tales, if you want to know what's going on in the community, that's what we do. I think we do a pretty damn good job of it. We talk about on-site policy making and the people who are making those decisions. We talk about contests. We talk about on-site discipline, what people are getting disciplined for, what the hot button topics are that people are talking about, what the things are that are moving the artists in the community the way that they're going, what's going on in the world of SCP related social media, what's going on YouTube, who's making something new, who's been around for a while that's achieving some pretty significant milestones. We talk about all that, and we bring in guests from the on-site and the off-site communities. We talk to authors, we talk to wiki staff, we talk to voice actors in the community, we talk to other podcast hosts about what they're doing and how they're growing and where they see the SCP community heading in the future. If you like that kind of stuff, if you want that kind of information, tune into SCP Weekly. We're here for the community, and we're on every other Tuesday. SCP Weekly is distributed by Smooth Cadence Productions, the name behind SCP Unredacted, Confinement Comics, and the Unredacted store. We're on Twitter at SCP Weekly. We're on TikTok at SCP Weekly. We're on Instagram at SCP_Weekly. We're on YouTube at SCP Weekly. And if you want to listen to us on a podcast, all you have to do is search SCP Weekly. We distribute through Captivate FM, so we're probably on over 100 different podcast platforms. And please, if there's something going on in the community that you think we should be talking about, reach out to us through any of those ways. You can also contact us at scpweekly.mail@gmail.com or patreon.com/scpweekly and let us know what you want to talk about. You are the community that we're here for, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Please, God, send us emails.
Please realize that we're alive, dead inside.
Guys, you don't understand. If nobody knows about us, we start to fade.
Oh, God. Is that like the clapping for fairies?
Yeah, I was going to say it's like we're Tinkerbell.
No.
We're like Tinkerbell.
God, I hate
We're
it.
pixies.
I love it. I like how you said SCP Weekly so much, it reminded me that we're not weekly.
Don't ask us why we call it SCP Weekly and the show airs every 2 weeks, because we won't tell you.
No.
It's none of your goddamn business.
I mean, we've left clues here and there, but I don't think anybody's ever listened to all the shows, so they're never going to find it.
Yeah.
They'll never know.
Yeah, we basically planted an ARG throughout every episode of the show. Now it's up to you guys to find it.
We have company.
Oh, shit.
Let me make sure. Maxwell, are you on?
Hi, yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
What's going
Hello.
on?
What's up?
Hey. I just got back home from like a celebration of sorts, so I'm a little toasty. Forgive me, but I mean, it should make the podcast more interesting, I guess.
Yeah. It's just going to be a repeat of the
Oh,
Christmas
no.
episode you did with the Baileys.
Oh, no.
Shit, you saw that?
Oh, shit. Yeah, I saw that.
I'm pretty sure everyone has seen that at this
Actually,
point.
I have that in the notes to talk about.
Yeah, great episode. I had a great
no.
time, except for like afterward, that fucking sucked. But
Oh, a Bailey's hangover is the worst.
yeah, no, for my first time actually having Baileys too, and I didn't know it would be like drinking syrup, but
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, the first drink and the last drink are definitely not the same.
Nolan down here. Is this like the Nolan that's like in my Discord server and shit, or is this a different Nolan?
No, this is the Nolan from your Discord server. That's always sending you a bunch of gay messages.
Damn. Yeah. No.
I tried to message you the other day, but you and I don't have any servers left in common because I left a bunch. But I was also sending you gay messages last year, so I think we're all gay friends here, and it's great.
I get so many, it's hard to, forgive me if I don't remember yours.
No, it's fine.
Now, I remember, sending yours because, we were talking about making out on top of burning cop cars, and it doesn't get much gayer than that. Yeah, it doesn't get gayer than that.
That definitely sounds like my style, yeah.
Yep, and I was gonna do. You and I were talking about doing that. Remember, Yoshi wanted you to get a girl to do voice acting for something.
Yes.
Yeah. So I haven't spoken to you since then.
Oh, okay. So yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We were gonna do 6969-J.
And I'm mad that I didn't. I never fucking forgive myself. Did you do anything with that? Did you wind up doing it?
We needed 2 really good, female presenting VAs, and it's one of those articles where like I wouldn't be the main character, and I don't like that. I don't like giving up that control, and especially because it's very much like it's a comedic article. It's a -J, obviously.
It's amazing.
So like, I like to think I'm a funny guy, and I think I have like a pretty good grasp on like comedic timing, but like, if the wrong person is doing the voice, it could just turn out bad, and then it's like, okay, what do I do with this?
Is that why you never rehired me for another video?
That's right.
Yeah. We knew that. Before you asked, we could have told you that. He's never going to talk to you about doing another video. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Noel. We should have had you. The video I released most recently, like I recently took like a 2-month break for like mental health reasons, because last year I uploaded, I don't even fucking know how much, 60 videos or something. Like, it was a lot.
Oh my God.
Like a lot of videos, and I just needed a break. My editor and we both needed a break. So we just uploaded one. Today's Sunday. We uploaded it yesterday on Saturday. And the response has been really great. It had the Volgan in it.
Hey, cool.
Nolan was really jealous.
Yeah, you wouldn't let me be in a video with the Volgan. How dare you?
Yeah, you really should have been. My editor kind of sourced the VAs, except for Volgan. Like, I got him because I'm like really famous and shit. But, we'll get you in the next one. I promise. I say that all the time to everyone.
If you go back to Yassi's -J, I need you to call me immediately.
Okay, bet.
Absolutely. Would fucking love to.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'd love to make a video on it. It's just like, I need 2 feminine voices who are really good with comedic timing, and also like a whole audience who understands that the entire thing is like an Evangelion reference.
I think a lot of the nonsense of what the fuck is even happening makes it also another reason worth doing.
I read that article before I ever watched Evangelion. My editor, Nomadic Archives, they suggested Evangelion to me, so I watched it, like, the original series, and then end of Evangelion, and then all the fucking movies on Amazon.
The new ones?
I'm a huge fan.
Oh Yeah,
Huge
absolutely.
fan. And then I read it again and I was like, oh yeah, this is funny and it makes more sense.
Imagine how many poor unsuspecting people are gonna go, sure, I'll watch this. This seemed funny. I'll check the Evangelion out for the first time now. You poor assholes. What?
Oh,
No.
man.
Stop.
Subjecting
Don't.
that many people to that show. Yeah.
It's Yassi's fault, I mean.
The only Evangelion content I've watched is the Evangelion in 5 minutes video from Mega 64.
Bruh. I haven't seen that, but if it's in 5 minutes, it must just be like a total shit show.
Oh,
no,
God.
I'm a huge fan. Yeah, if you noticed it, if you watched my Bailey's video, yeah, I've got like all my Evangelion displays in the background and shit. Those were not cheap, by the way.
I believe it. Did you see the new thing that came out last year? The Ava 1 earpod head holder. It's the big Ava 1 head. And
No.
all it is
Oh, wait,
for
no,
holding the
wait.
fucking
Maybe.
earpods, the earbuds. It's just an earbud thing, and it's huge and it's gorgeous, and I
kind of
hate
remember
it.
that, yes.
And it's probably $1 million, but it's really neat.
So is this just like an Evangelion podcast now? Because
Yes.
like, if so, like, I'm cool with that.
That's what
Absolutely.
it appears to have become.
we had CD we had CD, I think, on once, and her and I took over talking about Vampire the Masquerade and shit. So this happens.
It happens. It's been known to happen.
Yeah.
I think
this
we had one that
technically
turned
isn't-
into a D&D podcast, one turned into a Star Trek podcast. It happens.
Yep.
There's worse
This technically
topics.
isn't even part of the official episode because I haven't introduced
No,
you yet.
We haven't even
Oh,
introduced
shit.
you yet. No, that we've
Okay,
just been.
no, I can be quiet for a sec. If you
Okay.
want to introduce me, I can make like a grand entrance and shit.
All right, now we can get started.
Fuck!
And now, Maxwell, God damn it.
I didn't do shit. Don't. This isn't on
You
me.
fucking snorted, okay?
I'm sorry. Okay, sorry.
It was, in his defense, it was hilarious.
Nolan can't get through a guest introduction on the first try ever.
No, we're awful.
Yeah. Yeah. And now, let's introduce our guest this week. Please welcome Dr. Maxwell to the show.
Hey, fuckers. What's up?
Sup, bitch?
Ah,
Sorry. Do we need to do it again?
No.
No. That's it.
This show is not for children. You can say whatever the fuck you want.
Great.
SCP is
And-
not for kids.
And fuckers is gender neutral, so it's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very inclusive.
Fuckers.
yeah, we try to cancel ourselves all the time, so just say whatever slurs
Yeah,
come to your
no,
mind,
we're
you know?
Oh my god.
Bet.
We've already probably got like 15 cancel strikes already in this episode. So Dr. Maxwell, how did you get started narrating and reading SCPs?
Okay, so like, I don't know. I remember, I mean, I'm almost 30 now. I don't remember what like age I was when I first like read them. It was a long time ago. Like I read like the classics, you know, series 1, like, you know, 173 and 682 and shit like that. But I was always very captivated by it. And then like as I got older, people like Volgin or SCP Illustrated, it's you know, he's Mr. Illustrated now, but I started watching their videos and listening to them, and I just thought like, this is really cool. I would like to do that. So yeah, one day I did, and I made my first video, and like, it's really dog shit. It's yeah, it's still on my channel. I would never take
Oh, you
it
kept
down.
it up? Hell yeah.
Yeah, of course. And I remember after I first made that video, like I showed it to all of my family and stuff, and I was like, look what I did, it's so cool. And like looking back, I'm like, fuck, they were just being really nice when they said that it was good. Yeah, I've changed a lot of things since then. But But yeah, no, I always really liked the I liked the aesthetic and like the clinical tone and just everything about SCP and how like it can just the format can be used to like tell all kinds of stories, especially like, you know, in the later series it became more of a kind of a way to tell stories rather than just describe like an object or creature or something, which a lot of people don't like. And like they say that like old SCPs were better and SCP is just like shit now, and like if you think so, like you're cringe. I'm sorry, but
concur.
I really, you know, yeah, I just like how it's a really cool kind of like niche way to tell some really cool stories.
You're on YouTube. Are you on any other platforms, or is it just YouTube?
No, I don't. Yeah, no, I just see YouTube.
Just YouTube.
I've never had a Twitter account. I always thought Twitter was cancer, and like I was right. I was ahead of the times. So, yeah, I don't have TikTok. I don't think I've ever downloaded TikTok either. I know Site42 has done really well on there. So yeah, you know, sure, well, good for him. But yeah, no, I don't. I just do YouTube, and I'll make a community post every once in a while. But otherwise, like, nah, like it would probably help me grow my channel and shit. But I'm more interested in just like putting out content that people would like. I don't know. Other than Patreon, yeah, YouTube's kind of.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that you have your Patreon too.
Yeah, Patreon.
Yeah. I mean, I do have my Discord server where I, you know, talk shit on Nolan all the time and stuff. But otherwise,
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that's about it. No, I don't really do social media a whole lot, like for my channel or for like real life either.
So it sounds like where you're at with the channel is just you're satisfied with the way that things are, and that kind of answers my next question, I think, which was where do you plan to take it in the future? And it sounds like you're okay to keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, you know, we're always looking to improve. Like the latest video we did after our 2-month hiatus is like a Parawatch video, and I was able to get Volgan to voice like basically the second main character in it, and I thought the video turned out really good, and the reception's been really good. I'm growing like at a healthy rate. I'll probably hit 20,000 subs in like a few weeks or something. I don't know. It would be cool to be big, like, you know, Volgan big or something, but like for me, really, it's more of like a creative outlet. It's like I just want to keep making stuff that people will like listening to, and it's mostly because of like back in the day when I had my really shitty job and stuff, I would listen to these guys narrate SCPs, and it made my work day like better, you know, gave me some entertainment. And
hell yeah, you want to be the guy that got you through the stuff that Volgan and Illustrated got you through.
Yeah,
been there.
Unfortunately, you know, Unredacted somehow isn't bigger than me yet, even though I mean, their videos are way better. But
I don't know. I mean, I even was a patron for a little while. That's just he something happened. I think he got really busy and his content just went fucking downhill. It's really
yeah. I mean,
really...
technically, I'm doing better than you on YouTube with SCPs. You know, we got 25,000 subscribers and we only have one video.
That's true. So jealous. Hey, dude, that's why I gotta be a character. Look, man. Just bring me on as a character. My only request is that I shout out my channel, then get killed off immediately. That's it.
Yeah, and I'll do that whenever you put me in more videos again.
Okay, all right.
Tradesies.
Yeah, you know, like, because I really enjoyed being very sad as the tunnel monster, and I want to do that again.
That was great.
You did a really good job as the tunnel monster box child guy. That was really great. It was actually like really good.
Yeah, I was really excited about doing that. I remember, and I didn't really know how to do it. Honestly, I just wanted to try to be like trying to cry at the very end, because it's like, hey, it's beneath it all, it's still a little kid who got put into a really fucked up situation through no fault of his own. Yeah. And he just wants to go home. It
was great. And like, I think that's the only one we've had you in, and like,
yeah. I know that there was another one.
But no, that was the Moon Hotel one. And like, yeah, it was so difficult for me because like I got your recording and I was listening to it, right? And I'm not trying to put you on blast or anything, but it was just like, I didn't like how it was going. And I was like, how do I tell this person that I don't like it? And it was, for me, it was like so difficult. Cause I never handle that side of things, Nomadic, my editor, they usually work with all the VAs and stuff, unless it's someone like, like Volgan or Mr. Illustrated, like I'll usually reach out to them. But yeah, I was so scared to tell you that like I didn't like it, and it took me like several days to like work up to it, and I was like, oh my fucking god, like how do I say this? And then like you were super chill about it, and I was like, oh okay. that was really easy.
Hey Nolan.
Well,
hey Nolan. Hey. This is dog shit, and I need you to do it again.
Verbatim, basically. That's what I said. But no. How do I say this? How do I say this? You were just like, how do I say this very politely? Going on Discord. You're dog shit. I'm never hiring you again. Jump off a bridge. Send. I wonder if he's going to take that the wrong way.
I found there's like 5 words that work. I can't really use this. And then they ask, well, why? Like, okay, now we have a conversation about all the things that you need to not suck at. But yeah, I can't.
Yeah, no, I'm not a director at all. Nomadic is way better at directing people, because like, I remember there was one time there's another SCP YouTuber. His name is Creepy Otter.
Oh, I love Otter.
Hey, yeah.
I love him, and he was in one of my videos about an elevator that leads you to hell. And it turns out like when you get to the bottom, you just end up in Poland.
The Poland, yeah.
And, so he played a character in that one, and it's like he kept delivering this one line wrong. Like, you would read a sentence and like that's not how you would deliver the line. And so like I didn't know how to like tell him that, and so I recorded it myself and then sent it over. I'm like, this is how you should say it.
Yes.
And then he said it wrong again, and I was like, oh fuck, like what do I do now?
Oh no.
But no, then he did it right. He did it right on the second time, and he did a great job. But like beyond that, like I don't know how to direct people like at all.
I had a voice actor one time in one of my projects. I don't remember what it was. The only one I've ever fired. And his audition was really great. Like he nailed the audition. We brought him in. It was like, okay, here's your script. And typically I'll send the script and the whole story, like, here's the context of everything that's going on. And he comes into the channel and he's like, hey, what am I feeling in this scene? And I was like, what do you mean? What are you feeling? And I don't know.
Did you read it?
Yeah. Like I need you to deliver the lines like you're feeling what the character is feeling. He's like, well, I've never done voice acting before. I've only ever done stage acting, and I'm used to the director telling me what I'm feeling. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that.
And I'm sorry, you said you fired this person
yes.
as in they were being paid to do this?
Yep.
Wow.
So that was probably the worst. And it wasn't that bad. It was just like, I was like, I'm not going to tell you how to feel. I need you to read it and understand the context.
Come on, dude.
This isn't stage acting where you have to get it right the first time. Like, you can screw it up and then we'll re-engage and I'll come back and be like, you need to redo this line and this line and this line this way. Absolutely didn't get it. He was like, no, I need you to tell me. And I was like, that's not happening here, dude. See you later.
What the fuck, man?
I always felt like Kelsey firing someone is similar to your dad saying, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Oh.
That's even worse.
Oh, no.
I definitely know how to play that angle too. I know that vibe.
No, I've only ever paid one person for anything for a video for my channel, and it was my little sister for some art for my SCP 5000 video. There are so many like great voice actors who literally just want work to like practice and get their name out there. Like Burnwitch is a guy who appears in a lot of my videos. He was in my latest. He's in a lot. He's probably the guy we use the most. And he's fantastic. And like, I can't even imagine like hiring someone and then being like, yo, you suck, you're fired. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Typically what I'll do is it when I say I pay when I hire somebody, I'm usually paying somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 or 20 bucks for a little part in an SCP that they're, doing an interview as a researcher or an MTF agent or something like that, and just kind of tossing them. And I've had a lot of voice actors in those positions that have been like, this is the first paid gig I've ever done. I'm like, it's 10 bucks. It's not. I would say it's nothing to get excited over, but I just did a patron video today where I was like, hey, you from 3.5 years ago, you're my first patron. You pledged $3 and you've paid me $3 a month for the last 3.5 years. And I just want to say thank you, because you're the one that showed me that it could be done. And that's what that is. Like, if I'm just giving somebody 10 bucks for 5 minutes of their time, like, it may not seem like that much to me, but it's a huge deal to that person, so to see that reaction and to be able to do that, I enjoy that piece of it.
That's a great point. Yeah, absolutely. Cause I had no idea. I don't know what VAs charge or what you would pay for a VA, cause I've never looked. I'm sure my editor would have a way better idea, but that would be great. I should probably toss Burnwitch some money at some point. Dude's put in so much work for us.
Yeah, I asked Kelsey the same thing earlier in the week, because I set up a Fiverr account in order to get out my services out there as a way to do something I enjoy, but also being paid. And I was like, hey, how much do voice actors get paid? Because I don't know what to put down.
It really varies, man. You can get somebody to read an entire tale for 10 bucks if you go on Casting Call Club, or you can go on Fiverr and find people. I think the guy that I had come in and read the Aftermost Long Journey, I think that was an $800 gig. I think that cost $800, but I ran a Kickstarter for that. So I didn't pay for it out of my pocket like the Kickstarter campaign did. But yeah, I mean, you find things all the way from one end of the spectrum to the other. So it's really what did I tell you? Hey, just go and kind of look and see what other people are charging that are doing what you're doing and about the volume that you want to be doing it. And just charge what they're charging, because the people that are hiring you, they don't give a shit who you are. They just, and honestly, a lot of them, especially if they're corporate, they don't give a shit how much you're charging, because they're swiping the corporate card to pay you to do some kind of dumb voiceover for their commercial that they don't give a shit about. All they care about is that the voice that you deliver is the voice that they heard in the audition, and they get the same quality out of it, and that's what they want.
As someone who swipes a corporate card for everything at my job, I can totally agree.
Yeah. a lot of the voice acting game is more along the lines of how well you work with the client. Because they will, man, I've done shitty work. Like, I'll admit, I've done shitty work, but they were happy with it because I got it to them 20 minutes after they ordered it. Like, that's all. Like, I need a voice to say these words. I don't care how good it is. Some of them are like that. And so you read the thing, you send it to them, and they're like, here's your money and a tip. Just how well you're able to work with the client and to kind of feel out the client's needs. Okay, is it one of those clients that doesn't give a shit how the quality is, or is it a client who really gives a shit about the quality and they want to actually sit with you on Discord and coach you through the lines as you do it? You could get one or the other.
That sounds fun. I would actually love to like. I feel like I'm better at narration.
Yeah.
More than like actual acting, but it's definitely something I would love to explore as like a career path. You could probably do well in the audiobook circuit. You could also probably do well in the corporate training circuit. Oh yeah, no, I've sat through enough corporate training videos. I could probably do that. Unfortunately, I have a really great job now, so
unfortunately,
it's those great jobs that keep us from doing the things that we love.
I could totally be like the Fitnessgram pacer test guy or something. I feel like.
I seem to recall that you made a promise to your YouTube subs.
Okay.
And I think it was the Bailey's episode. And I don't know if it was a drunken promise or a response to a comment afterward.
Oh, man. Are you talking about the face reveal, dude?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you said at 100K subs you're going to do a face reveal. Am I wrong?
I did.
That? You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to, but like, yeah, I will. Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, 100K subs. I will do the face reveal. I mean, the main reason I said that is because like I don't think I would ever get there, but then like I've been saying that like ever since I was at like 500 subs, so like now it's getting a little bit more like, oh fuck, like that might happen someday.
Yeah. This is serious.
So yeah, I might have to someday.
Someday.
I mean, like, I don't want to get like too real, but like I have, like I have like some pretty bad like body dysmorphia, according to my therapist anyway. And so like I really don't like the way I look and stuff. And so like I don't want people to see me. I would rather people see a version of me in their head where like they listen to me and they think about what I look like and they have this idea of what I look like that makes them like feel cozy and comfortable and shit. And I feel like there's kind of a veil that drops once they actually know what you look like. Yeah, I really like the idea of just being this like this faceless voice that people can assign a look to like in their mind that they like. And like a lot of people don't have that same weird like thing that I do about like, fantasizing about what someone looks like based on their voice and shit. Whenever I watch face reveal videos, I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, finding out what Unredacted looked like changed everything.
Oh my
me.
god. I mean, I just found out.
That was a decision that I had to make, and I didn't have the same reasons that you did, but like I just retired from a career in the military, and I was,
hey, obligatory. Thank you for your service, of course. Just the SCP, just the weirdness of the SCP community. Like there was very, very few people that knew in my actual life that knew what I was doing. True.
And there was also like, there's kind of a weirdness when you're handling like actual no shit classified stuff. Like there's kind of a weirdness about what you're doing online and where you're going and the communities that you're in. And so that was something that I was keeping very, very low key in my real life.
Ooh.
And so keeping my name out of it. Like, that's why I was nobody in all of the servers and everything that I was. Like, I don't want anybody to know. And then that's over. I don't do that anymore. So it was like, do I give a shit? And then we started talking about doing this podcast. It was like, well, that was a decision that all three of us had to make. Like, are we going to do faces? Are we going to do video? Like, what? And it was like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Let's get out there and do it. And I can say that not a single goddamn thing has changed.
Yeah. No, I think you're probably right. That's cool, man. I thought about joining the military for a while. But then, I got politically radicalized and shit. Yeah. But like, yeah, I'll say it was the shittiest 20 years of my life, but it was also the best decision I ever made. Yeah. As a 21-year-old and fucking zero direction in my life. Like, for sure. Needed that. I don't know if I said this in my thing or not, but like, I'm the corporate IT admin for a car dealership group. And so like, I dropped out of college. I was a business major and then an accounting major. And then I went into cybersecurity for like 2 months. And I was like, fuck this. And I dropped out. And then I applied for a job at a car dealership as a lot attendant, which is someone who basically just like cleans cars and shit. But before that, I sold appliances at Sears, like refrigerators and shit. And so they saw that I had that on my resume and they were like, nah, you're not going to wash cars. You're going to sell cars. And so I tried selling cars for a while and I was really bad at it because I don't like to lie to people. And the whole sales, like the entire, like, I'm sure you guys have all bought cars at some point. Like, car salesmen fucking suck. Yep. It's just a very uncomfortable situation. I mean, I have a lot of like social anxiety, and it's like, I know the person across the table from me is like in an uncomfortable situation because they're dealing with the salesman and shit. Yeah. And I don't want to be that guy. And it's just hard to like, it was really hard for me. I don't know where the fuck I was going. You were talking about your job. I started talking about my job. Oh yeah, just kind of the things. Still, got it buzzed. So I'm gonna just rant until you stop me. You guys are good at running podcasts. You know when to like cut someone off.
No, we don't.
So that's why we have editors.
Okay.
No.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna cut myself off right now. Boom. Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. So you've been doing this for a while. What are some of the changes that you've seen in the SCP community that you've noticed over time?
Well, like I said earlier, like it's become much more of like a storytelling platform rather than a kind of a horror-ish platform thing. There's been a bit of a downturn in popularity, at least when it comes to like SCP readings on YouTube. Mm-hmm. That's why SCP Illustrated rebranded to Mr. Illustrated, to cover other things. And by the way, I think he's the best of us, honestly. Like, I don't think anyone puts in more effort than SCP Illustrated does. I've never seen anyone over several years make so many improvements as he has. And also, when I had like 50 subs or some shit, like I remember I emailed him because I didn't have him on Discord. I wasn't in the the SCP Discord or whatever, so I couldn't get a hold of him that way. But I emailed the guy, and he actually got back to me, and he gave me a part. What's the one that everyone loots? 1471 Malo. The fucking bone creature thing. So he gave me a part doing like the intro to that one, even though I was like a nobody, but like shouted me out and everything. I got a bunch of subs off it. And even to this day, anytime I want him to do lines, he'll do lines. He did lines in the last video I did. Nice. And his art has improved so much. He's a really great guy. I fucking love him to death. But I've just noticed kind of this kind of a decline in the popularity of SCP content on YouTube, which is why for like a little bit I tried doing like creepypasta stuff, which like it was okay, I guess. I don't know. I didn't really care for it as much, so like I quit doing that. But I actually really like the direction it's going, even though like a vocal minority, I guess, like aren't happy with it. Yeah, I like where it's going. I just want more people, you know. I mean, fuck, I feel so old. I'm 29. I just want.
Hey,
sorry.
excuse
I'm so
us.
sorry.
You
I'm
got
so
two
sorry,
40-somethings in the room.
Excuse us.
I want, when I say like the younger generation, it still feels really weird.
Yeah.
But like, I want the younger generation to like, you know, discover this and see this whole backlog of like really cool shit that's been cultivated over the years.
Yeah.
I really like how it's going. I just want more people to see it, basically.
Yep. I think for the, you know, you hit the nail on the head when you said that I could drop in decline for SCP reading content. And I think a lot of that was COVID, you know, when everybody was locked in all the time. Well, that was one of the things that people turned to, was listening to those readings. And then as we got back outside and started to touch grass again, it started to kind of wane off a little bit.
I think that's how we went through 6 and 7Ks so fast.
Yeah.
Is COVID shoved, because when 8K came around, we were all saying, didn't we literally just do this?
Yeah.
Yes.
All we could do during COVID was consume.
6 and 7 just flew by before
It's
we
so
knew it.
weird how like COVID happened, because that was what, like 2020, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's 2024 now. Like, where the fuck did that 4 years just go?
exactly.
Yeah, like, it's such a weird time. And like, yeah, I think you're right. And I always notice, like, looking at our numbers, like in the summer they're always better because like kids are home from school and shit.
Yeah.
So like, you're definitely right. I think that like COVID had a big sort of impact on that. Funnily enough, I just got COVID for the first time like 6 weeks ago.
Damn.
And that's why we haven't been able to record, because my voice was dog shit. If you look at my most recent video, there's a character who, like, when you listen to him talk, he's definitely me because he delivers lines in the same way I would, but like his voice sounds like he's been gargling gravel for the last 20 years. I think Kelsey's like definitely right. Like, you know, COVID was a big boom for a lot of things, and a big like fuck this sucks for a lot of other things, and now, you know, things are kind of just evening out, I suppose.
Yeah. TikTok fucked it up for all of us too, because the TikTok phenomenon and the shorts, because now YouTube is pushing those shorts, and we had Sherm on a couple of weeks ago, and that's what he said: do shorts, do shorts, do shorts. But
that's why he got so popular lately. Absolutely.
There's a split though. Like, if you want shorts, you want shorts, but nobody wants 5 minute. Nobody wants 10 minute. You either want 1 minute or 2 hours. That's what I'm seeing is the desire for. And so that the story driven stuff, I think, lends to, hey, us guys in the reader side of things, if we don't want to do the shorts, then we're going to have to kind of lean into this long form world.
Yeah, well, and long form, like, as someone who produces videos, as I'm sure you know, like, long form is way more fucking difficult.
Yep.
But like, you know, a decision Nomadic and I came to recently, it's like, if we're gonna make a video, it should be longer than 15 minutes. I mean, a long ass time ago, we said if we're gonna make a video, it's got to be over 8 minutes because ad revenue. And while for me, it's not really about money, for Nomadic, you know, they get paid off of this. It's part of their job. So yeah, it's like you can't, if there's a really great skip that's like a 5-minute read, like you can't really do it if you're looking at, ad revenue, which, I could go into a whole thing about like money versus like creative intent and all that shit, but I won't. But yeah, shorts is something that we've looked at doing. I have a really great idea of how to do shorts that we've been looking at, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't know. That's just not me. That's not what I'm into. Like, I really like to make, to do the article justice and do the whole thing and give it some really good ambience and blah, 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 whatever. Even though shorts might be good for the growth of the channel, it's like, I don't know. I don't care about the growth of the channel all that much. I really wish I could actually just give all that growth to Unredacted because they're way better than me. But
thank you.
I mean, true. I mean, honestly, Unredacted is like the most underrated channel by far.
Agreed.
In the
Honestly,
SCP community, like by a long shot. Just the production quality is insane. Whenever I watch that stuff, it's like, holy fuck, this is really good. It needs like 100 times the views. Just unfortunately, that's not how YouTube works.
Yeah, the algorithm.
Yeah,
but I'm the same. I'm in the same boat as you. Like I do Unredacted mainly as a creative outlet, and honestly, where it got started was, I was working on my grad degree. I was a management major, and for every class that I'd ever taken, I always was able to take something and use it in my professional life and apply the principles. But I took a marketing class, and it was graduate marketing analytics, and I was in the military as an aircraft maintainer, and this is marketing analytics. And I was like, I have nothing that I can apply this to. There's no parallel for this. And so I was like, well, I've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel, or I've been thinking about starting a podcast because I used to work in radio years and years and years ago. I want to get back into voice. And I was like, well, this is what I'll do, because YouTube has analytics and Spotify has analytics, and I can learn and apply this, and this will give me a creative outlet. And that's how it started. And then I got that first patron, and I was like, oh, people want to hear this.
Yeah,
what?
I remember that feeling. Absolutely.
Yeah. You want to play some games?
Are we doing games now? All right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. What are we doing? Like Baldur's Gate, Lethal Company? Like, what's up? I've never played like D&D or anything, even though Nomadic, who currently lives with me as my roommate, they run D&D games like for a living.
So we were talking earlier in the show. I've never played a tabletop RPG ever, and the SCP tabletop RPG is supposed to be fully fleshed out and released later this year. We were talking about playing it, but we don't know any DMs. And I said, I think Maxwell knows a DM.
Yo, that would be amazing.
I did a sponsorship for that, for the SCP tabletop RPG a long time ago. I think it was just like they gave me $50 and like I put an ad in for them. But no, Nomadic is like a professional DM, and they have also run the SCP tabletop RPG game before.
Nice. Ooh, this sounds like it's gonna have to be a thing we think about.
Yeah, I mean, I'd get in on it. You should play with us. I know how to roll dice and stuff now, at least. So
I am a highly seasoned player. Kelsey, you said you've never played?
I've never touched it. I've never even cracked a book. I don't know.
But to answer your question, Kelsey, I've played a lot of games for a long time.
A lot of games for a long time.
Long story short, yes.
Yeah. Long story short, now we're gonna play Don't Blink. In this, Kelsey will roll Skiddly Bob for an investigation check.
Lunkadoodle.
Maxwell, you're gonna get a 0.5 multiplier on whatever you roll, and that will be how many seconds you have to view the image that Kelsey will pull up. After that, you'll have 10 seconds to describe what you saw.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah, good fucking luck, bro.
I've been drinking, man. Jesus.
He's
fuck.
gonna
Okay.
he's gonna roll that big dice thing. We do the
Okay.
math. You just say stop.
Okay. Stop.
That's a 9.
So
So you have 4.5 seconds.
Go.
And that's your
Not
4.5. Now you have 10 seconds to describe what it was that you saw.
It's like a girl sitting in a chair with deer antlers and long blonde hair. There was a window on her left. She looked like kind of tired.
look kind of tired.
It's an accurate
She's
description.
not wrong. She did look kind of tired.
Yeah. Okay. And then we'll pull it back up and
accurate.
we'll all look at it and talk about what it is. But this computer is slow, so come on.
Oh, she's sitting on books.
This
right?
is,
I don't know what she's sitting on. It looks like books.
This
I was
is-
pretty right, I think.
Yeah, no, those are books.
Yeah.
That definitely looks like books. Yeah.
This is
And she does
SCP
look tired.
166, The Teenage Gaia by Olicus.
Oh, fuck.
Nice.
These are SCPs? I had no idea.
Yeah, sometimes they are, sometimes they're not.
I thought you were just showing me, like, something
So
you found on
rando.
Tumblr or something. Okay.
Oh, we
No,
try
I
to
don't
keep it
know.
on theme.
I don't know if you know this, but we are an SCP related podcast.
Oh, fuck. Is that what I'm... Oh,
Yeah,
I
no,
had
this
no
is
idea.
not an evangelion
No idea. Okay.
podcast.
Show me one of, like, a big lizard in a tank. I'll probably get it.
Right? Or just a peanut in a hat.
Okay, I'm ready for the next. We doing more?
Nope,
We're
that was the
No,
only one
just
for
that
that
one
game.
thing.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah.
Well, there is another game called Fact or Myth. Essentially, every guest that comes on gives us one fact and one myth. This can be about their own life. This can be just, random facts that they know about any topic, really. And then we have to figure out which one is the fact and which one is the myth. Yeah, and last week, Stormbreath, gave us these facts and myths. There was a river made out of blood in Antarctica. Or 2, there is a rare species of walking tree in Canada. And my guess for it was that the river of blood was the fact. Because that honestly sounds like something that would happen to me.
No, it's 2.
You think there's a rare species? There is something
Oh,
called
fuck.
there is something called the Blood Falls, and it's a iron tainted salt water, and it's bright red. It just looks like blood is seeping out of this glacier. It's fucking crazy looking.
Yeah. And now, Maxwell is going to tell us a fact and a myth. And it's up to us to figure out which is which. Maxwell, what was your fact and myth?
Damn. Okay, so check this out. My fact and myth in no particular order. I know how to fly planes,
Okay.
which I do. It's flying a plane. It's really cool. Nothing like it.
Yeah.
Also, like, I was a prison guard one time, and that's it.
Yeah, and who knows which is fact and which is myth?
No one will ever know.
I
actually,
think-
which
I-
is crazy.
I think my guess is that you know how to fly a plane.
It's not that hard, really.
No,
like,
it's
you
not.
just like pull up on the thing and then it goes up, and then like you push down on it, it like goes down. Deploy the landing gear. You just push a little button,
Woo!
and then I do crop dusting like mostly.
I mean, I crop dust all the time, but it's not the way you think.
The moment in which Maxwell cracks himself up mid-sentence so hard his voice cracks.
Crop dust in the prairie dog field.
Fuck. Yeah, sorry.
You know what? I think both of these are things that you could tell a chick in a bar.
Yep. Okay, baby.
I mean, they've worked. It works for me. I use the airplane. I use the airplane line all the time.
I believe it.
It's
I believe it.
Exactly 0 times, but like I'll keep trying.
It just takes one.
That's right.
That's all you need.
It just takes one, and then you'll be swimming in punani.
Exactly.
Or whatever your preference is at the moment.
Yeah.
I was in aircraft maintenance for 20 years.
Oh shit.
And
don't expose me right now.
Pilots are not only some of the biggest douchebags I've ever fucking known in my life.
Now we know that he's a pilot because look at him.
Look at me.
But they're also some of the biggest idiots I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's a pilot.
Fuck.
So I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt and go with prison guard. You're
totally
douchey,
wrong.
but you're not pilot douchey. That's another fucking level of douche.
Fantastic. You guys all made great guesses.
Yeah. You can't tell us until the next show.
Okay.
We'll let you know we need the answers.
Yeah, no. Also, I know how to fly like helicopters and shit. Just so you know.
Okay.
I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but I know how to like drive an aircraft carrier too.
What fucking crap is this?
Did I say drive? I mean, like
you did.
You guys are. I've never done anything like this before, and it's like
no, this is great.
I was really nervous at first. Now I'm like, trying to crack jokes and shit. So
you have definitely loosened up, and we might regret it a little bit.
For all of our viewers, tell us what you think. We're going to drop this in our socials, so leave us a comment, and we'll find out the answer next week when we have Calibold on, who hopefully is not going to be drunk as shit during recording. Besides that, do we have any mail this week?
We do! We have fucking mail!
Oh my, let's
read
read what our mail is.
Do it, bro!
Yo, my nerdlings. Heyo, nerds and nerd adjacents.
Now stop. Hold on. Pause right here. Who's the nerds and who's the nerd adjacent?
Kelsey, I think you might be nerd adjacent.
Rhetorical question. Just something to think about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I agree with Cassie in regards to my previous question. Write a damn villain. It's cool to have deep background to an antagonist, but for the love of Mechane, have them as a villain.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm deep into a bottle of what's this? Everclear. That sounds fun.
What? Are they still alive after they sent this? Has anybody checked on them? Oh my god.
Fucking knew it. So, question time. What is y'all's favorite comfort food? Hope for the best. May the machine mother's blessing aid thee. Ow, nerd hurts. Love, Phyrexian Hollow.
Thanks, nerd.
Thanks, nerd.
Yeah.
Favorite
to answer that,
food.
my favorite comfort food is pizza rolls because I'm a fat piece of shit.
Oh man.
Oh, come on now.
My comfort food is very specifically, you know, the boxes of stovetop stuffing.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But do you know there are these egg noodles, these wide egg noodles that come in this big. So that mixed into the stuffing. So just the noodles, the egg noodles in the stuffing.
Like cooked, right?
Yes, you cook them and you push them together. I don't fucking know what my brain did one day, bro. Okay, leave me alone. But cooked. So yes, cooked and then mushed mixed together. But occasionally with baked beans. This is my comfort.
You could have made that like any funnier at the end, but like
I know, right? right?
Your delivery was perfect, by the way. You should definitely be in the 6969-J video. That was perfect.
No, that's my comfort food. I'm a fucking weirdo, and I don't know where I got it from, and it's been my comfort food for generations. It's fucking weird. It's so weird.
Curry.
Oh.
Any kind of green curry, red curry, orange curry, yellow curry. Any
Good
kind.
shit.
Hot.
Good shit.
Sweet. I don't care.
Very nice.
Indian,
Maxwell.
Japanese, Cocos. Yes.
Yes.
Am I supposed to answer too?
You can.
I can. Are you sure?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We changed our mind.
I won't then.
No, please.
No
What
one
is?
can ever know. I don't know. I like mac and cheese. I think that's
What
that's probably
kind?
mine. What kind? I mean, if like if I'm living it up, lobster mac and cheese.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll even take Kraft. I don't give a shit.
No, that's fair.
I
Yeah.
like mac and cheese. It's some good
From
stuff.
the high end to the low end. So
yeah, no, either one.
my other comfort food is I made a dish. And you know what a casserole is, right?
No idea. Can you please explain what a casserole is?
No, I can't. I'm ignoring you. So
okay.
I made a casserole and I renamed it a Cassie roll. It's literally I did Velveeta shells and cheese mixed with Chef Boyardee beefaroni.
Oh my god.
It's a Cassie roll, and I bring this to like Thanksgivings and shit, and I don't tell people what's in it.
You smoke like a lot of weed, right?
I have never smoked weed in my life. Well, maybe once when I was like 15.
Never, not never, except the one time I did.
All right, am I reading this email?
That's your color.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ, it is. Interesting email query 5. Hey, a nerdcore. Referring to last week's question about referring to last week's questions about favorite or least favorite tropes. Totally agree with Kelsey. Missed the days when a villain was a villain. My issue is the villain being painted in a good light after the fact. See, Maleficent, Wicked, all of the goddamn Disney movies about the villain as the goddamn main character. Itinerant rage over. Hard agree with Nolan with the found family trope. Love the family you find. New question. What was y'all's introduction into sci-fi or horror? Oh, God.
Fuck.
I know exactly mine. How do you think that has affected your love of the genres? Your interpretation of SCPs? Hope you'll have a good time in the upcoming 2 weeks. Back to writing. Signed fucking Phyrexian Hollow again. Why do they hate us? If it's not a fern, it's Phyrexian.
I think the Everclear might have them send the same email twice, basically.
I do like we went straight from comfort food to how did you get into sci-fi or horror? Okay, so when I was little, you know how you gotta your kids want to get out of bed all night long? My mother kept me in bed because she convinced me Freddy Krueger lived under it.
Wow.
When I was 7, my mother gave me The Stand by Stephen King, the full edition, as a present. I was 7! This is how I got into this shit. My mother is an asshole.
So, when I was little, we lived states away from all of my family. And so coming back to visit the grandparents was always like a road trip. 8 hours, 10 hours, 12-hour road trip to go. And my grandfather, who is still alive today, every day, see him in his recliner, and he's got a pulp sci-fi book, like those old school, like Asimov with the fucking robots on the cover. And my dad was the same way. But those trips to my grandparents' house, he was like the first person in our family to ever have a VCR, and he had The Dark Crystal, Labyrinth, and Ghostbusters. And I think and Gremlins was the other one. those 4 movies. And so if we were going to Pawpaw's house, we were watching one of those 4 fucking movies over and over and over. And we would just sit on his floor in front of the TV and watch The Dark Crystal and watch it. And that was my introduction to the whole sci-fi, horror, fantasy sort of genre. Those memories.
Nice. Very nice.
For me,
Nolan.
it was playing the original Dead Space.
Oh, yes. Did you ever play the one with the 2-player option?
Dead Space 3?
Yeah.
I didn't play the co-op version on it. I just played the single player. I will say, to this day, Dead Space 3, worst of the trilogy.
Yes. True. Not saying it's not, but that game fucked us up.
The co-op was fun.
The co-op was insanity because I was playing as the other character, not the lead, and I start seeing shit on my screen that he doesn't see on his. And my character goes insane, and he's like, what are you talking about? What birthday decorations? What giant toy soldiers? I had a fucking heart attack.
Nolan, are you like 20 or something? Like Dead Space 3 was your first? How old are you?
No, I played the original Dead Space, the 2009.
Okay.
No, 2008.
Nolan is a baby anyway.
I'm 26.
Nolan's a baby.
Baby.
You're both babies.
I'm not a baby.
You're-
I'm technically a Zoomer.
Single this man out. I don't want to be part of it.
So Maxwell, what was your introduction?
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it this whole time. I mean, I think it was when I was young. I don't know how old I was. I watched Event Horizon like when I was way too young to have seen that film. I don't know. I think like I went to my uncle's house and he had it on VHS or something, and like I watched it, and I remember it scared the shit out of me, and it was
Yeah.
like it was terrifying. I think I was like 9 or something. My memory is dog shit. I don't remember most of my childhood, but I do remember watching that fucking movie, and like it was terrifying for me at the time, but also like it really piqued my interest. Like I really love like space and space stuff. Like whenever I see a space SCP that I like,
Yes.
I'll always do it.
Yes, absolutely.
So like it really piques my interest in that. But I also remember as you know, like a small child seeing all of the brutal violence in that film, like really like fucked with me for a while, but it also like definitely piqued my interest. And since then, like, yeah, I've been a big sci-fi horror fan. I mean, really just sci-fi. I fucking love sci-fi. It's fantastic. My favorite genre. Absolutely.
Event Horizon changed your brain chemistry.
The funny thing is I haven't seen it since I was a child. So, you know, I could be totally misremembering the entire movie at this point. I have no idea.
There was a movie that I saw when I was a kid that fucked me up. There were 2 movies when I was a kid, and they were right around the same time. You guys may have seen them. They're old as fuck. The first one was The Gate.
Yeah.
And the second one was Monster in the Closet. And they were just absolutely terrible B horror movies, but I was like 6 at the time, and they fucked me up for years. And then finally, as an adult, I was like, I'm going to confront this. And I watched these movies, and I was like, I was fucking scared of that.
That was me with the movie Critters.
Yeah.
I was watching all this shit, reading all these books with that mother that I had, and Critters fucked me up.
Yep. Tremors fucked me up.
Tremors! Oh, fucking yes! Tremors. Yeah. My little sister What fucked her up was Leprechaun, but she loved it so much she slept with a copy of the VHS under her pillow, but wouldn't watch it because it was too scary.
I'll tell you what, there was, now that I think about it, before I saw Event Horizon, there was a book, Scary Stories to Read in the Dark.
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Jesus fucking no.
That one.
Yes, but
That
no.
one.
No.
There was one particular story in that I read called Harold.
Whoa.
That really, it scared me for such a long time. Like it was like in 10 years until it didn't fucking freak me out anymore. It was about the scarecrow that like slowly became alive.
Yep.
Like, and then murdered the people that owned it. That shit was terrifying to me. Like, I was scared of Harold for such a long time. That was the first time like that a horror anything like fucked with me. I think I was like 7 or something.
The illustrations in those books were fucking
They were amazing.
savage.
They were
Whoever
amazing.
did those was just a beast.
Yeah.
Yes.
The illustration
not
from
nice.
the Bloody Mary story, the illustration from that made me not want to be in a room with a mirror for fucking years.
I remember
believe
that
it.
shit too.
I believe
the
it.
whole book. I don't know why my parents gave me that.
Yeah.
No, we had that in the library at school, and no one ever understood this shit, but we were happy with it. Do you guys remember like the Tales from the Crypt Keeper shows?
Yeah.
I forget if it was from that, but there's something that has 1000% stuck in my brain as absolutely terrifying. It was either from a Tales of the Crypt Keeper or a show like it, where it was short episodes of a story type of thing.
Anthologies.
Yeah,
I'm
thank
a
you.
sucker for anthologies.
So, but it was like Crypt Keeper, and in it, a woman, her husband dies. She does something to bring him back from the dead. But he comes to the house, and she opens the door, and he's already been vivisected and embalmed. And it fucked me up. He's got no eyes, white cut, mouth sewn shut, the whole 9 yards. And this image stuck with me of him, like, stalking past the house on the outside, walking slowly past the windows, and she doesn't know that he's arrived at the house.
Oof.
And this image is burned into my brain, and it is terrifying.
There
That's
was
so good.
an episode of the original Twilight Zone that it was sort of like that. The telephone.
Yep.
Yeah. The old lady. So there's an old lady. She's living alone in a house.
Oh,
and
God.
it's storming. Oh my God. Yeah. This one, like Rod Serling, my man.
Yo, this
the terror.
The Twilight Zone sent us to where we are today with shit like SCP.
Yeah.
I gotta revise my answer one last time.
Okay.
So like Goosebumps.
Yes! And Fear Street.
Yes. So like I read Goosebumps all the time when I was a kid, and then they made all those like shitty movies.
They were wholesome.
Night of the Living Dummy. With Slappy, the fucking marionette that like tried to kill all the kids.
Yep.
That shit fucked me up so bad that like to this day I still will not have dolls in my house. Like and fucking like mannequins and marionettes and any human shaped fucking object that's not alive like still fucks with me.
I know the exact story you're talking about.
Oh my God.
Yes. R.L. Stein was he was on another planet with the way he wrote. It was so good. But yes, very scary shit.
Yeah, no, childhood trauma is like awesome and stuff.
Well, that's all the childhood trauma we have for this week. Thanks you all so much. Thank you all so much for joining us, and thanks to our patrons, Arsfel and Onimask Productions, for supporting us at patreon.com/SCP Weekly. It's totally worth $2, and your support helps us keep the lights on. Intro and outro music was Caught You at the Perfect Time by, and I'm not making this up, Superintendent McCupcakes. Thanks to Dr. Maxwell for spending time with us. Thanks to our sponsor, Dado Seagood Pill. SCP Weekly is distributed by Smooth Cadence Productions. SCP Weekly is not affiliated with the SCP Foundation Wiki, and as such, The opinions presented in this program are our own and do not necessarily reflect those of the wiki or its staff.
Hey, music is provided by Epidemic Sound.
Content relating to the SCP Foundation, including the SCP Foundation logo, is licensed under Creative Commons Sharealike 3.0, and all concepts originate from the SCP Wiki and its authors. This recording, being derived from this content, is also released under CC by SA 3.0. Until next time, I'm Kelsey.
I'm Cassie.
And I'm Nolan, the K is silent. And this has been SCP Weekly.
What do we go out with? We go out with more childhood trauma.
Jesus God, Christ. So much trauma.
You guys can talk about that. I need to get an actual meal in my stomach after sitting here for almost 4 hours.
Yeah. Oh God. Go on, Scram. Yeah. Bye, Nolan.
Yeah. Bye. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.
Oh, we all heard it. We all heard it.
It's not the next one. That's the Infinite IKEA, but like later I'll get you.
Oh, no. Put me in the Infinite IKEA. No.
No.
I can't. But like the next one though.
No.
You ignorant slut. Fine.
White.
All right.
Very cool.
I'm gonna go have some more curry.
Right? I'm gonna go drink because now I'm jealous of Maxwell. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight, Maxwell.
Yeah, no problem.
It was a lot of fun. This was a fucking hoot. Thank you so much.
All right, fine. I'll talk to you guys.
Good night.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Turn around, eat your greens. When you fart, but you do real clean. Then you come to the bed and you love real dirty. It's everybody sweater drops, you're real keen. Bring it, let me get your juiciest piece. Can't remember when I've had the same please. The shops of the club never had no boundary. How's it gonna be? You wanna eat these centipedes? Where we gonna go? You're gonna need these calories. Giving me a treat to refill these batteries. Then you only them on your knees, there's no way to dream. Ooh, it's sneaking up on you. There's nothing you can do. There's things about the boo. Sneaking up on you, there's nothing you can do. There's things about the boom. I lose control when you do it like that. And God, you love when I go mad. Got you at the perfect time. I was watching it there. You know what you want to do, but I can never be.
I got a whisker that's kind of poking up and it's tickling my nose right here. So if you guys see me doing this, I'm not picking my nose.
That's what we're telling everybody, though.
Yeah. I have those times when it's like my mustache, like, on my lip gets like so long that it's like if I'm eating or if it's like if I'm like talking, like one of the hairs like gets caught in between like my teeth and just starts pulling down. That fucking sucks, dude.
I still haven't gotten used to, because I like it long. I like it over my lip. and like when I drink out of a glass, it gets just these hairs right here wet. And then I'll forget and I'll like go to kiss my wife and it's all wet and then it'll push on me and she's like, ugh. And I'm like, ugh. No. Like, oh, fuck, yuck.
As a person who has kissed many people with beards, wet mustache here is always very strange.
Yeah.
It's always terrible and no one ever wants it.
Whenever she stops stuffing her face.
Your mic is so good, and or your cracker knuckles so loudly that I heard every single one of those very audibly, and I'm disturbed.
It's a little bit.
Oh, y'all need to stop.
You want to hear something that will. You want to hear something that will really, really disturb you?
No.
Do it.
I'm going to do it anyway.
Oh, we are disgusting.
So, okay. Gonna say it. Sorry, not sorry, but I like ICP. ICP spent 20 fucking years doing this very specific series of CDs and themes called the Joker's cards. 20 years, they're going through each card, other things, all sorts of music comes out. They have the last one comes out. It is known to be the last in this set. We've been waiting for it desperately. At the end of the CD, there is a song. They go through this song saying, it's not about this. It wasn't about this. The truth is, we follow God. It turns out they're a Christian fucking rap band the whole time. And the point is they had been dropping, like they say it, we've been dropping hints this whole time, and most people never actually said for even a second that was possible, like it was a thing. So that's what we've been doing. We've been planting little fucking seeds, but nobody knows what's happening.
What's like subliminally spreading the good news of Jesus Christ through Insane Clown Posse albums?
Yes! Isn't that amazing?
That's insane.
Exactly. It's so good, it made me love them more. And people were angry. I mean, sure, whatever. But it was so good and funny, and it just went with everything else they've ever done. It's just hilarious.
That's the ultimate troll.
Oh, it was amazing.
Wow. They did a way better job with, like, their prompts than I did.
Yeah, I know. And then, they didn't tell us the answer halfway through their interview, which you absolutely didn't.
I did. What are you talking about?
Absolutely did not.
It's a mystery.
Okay.
It is a mystery.
Person, who is this? Like, I
don't know.
Said anything.
I don't know what's going on. I just got here.
Me either. Yeah, so did I. What's up? Hey, everybody.
All right. What's happening?
Yeah.
They built this house around me.
And now, if everyone would shut the fuck up and let me talk.
Sorry, I saw a funny meme on my phone. That's my bad.
What are you doing?
I hate you all. And now,
what did Kelsey do?
Yeah, no, Kelsey didn't do shit. Come on, leave him out of this. He's innocent.
He's just an innocent little guy.
Look at him. He's a veteran, you dickhead. Come on.
Oh, support the troops, you bitch.
That's right.
Oh, God, my bursitis.
I'm the most unpatriotic person on this show.
Oh.
Hold on.
I don't know about
I
that.
might give you a run for your money on that one.
Making claims like that.
Look here, youngins. Let me tell you about the Staples Center.
Let's respect Nolan's space.
Yes.
That's
okay,
right.
Nolan, you were saying?